Racewars returned to Albany Airport for the third time to host Australia's only 1,000-metre runway event. Western Australia's fastest cars and a few interstaters converged on the amazing South Coast for a long weekend of motorsport. Saturday was the 400-metre and 800-metre roll racing, which was a good warm-up for the Vmax standing 1,000 metres on Sunday, which would also include 800-metre times and speeds as well. Monday saw the biggest change to the event format, with the sprint moved to Middleton Beach, a perfect backdrop to race up the hill to the National Anzac Centre of Albany. Saturday eases into things with the 400-metre roll racing up first. This is a good chance to feel out the surface and test the car. Greg and Ken Christie went hard and both hit 247 kilometres per hour, 153 miles per hour in drag racing lingo over the quarter. Chris Tukey's Supra wasn't far off with 245 kilometres per hour, and Michael Maiello in the HSV hit 244 kilometres per hour. The half-mile roll racing is where the big hitters started to shine and gave us an indication of what was to come in the standing 1,000 metres. Nine cars cracked the 300 km/h barrier in the half-mile roll-ons. Matthew Bear hit 302 km/h in his Nissan Silvia. Chris Tukey hit 307 km/h in the Supra, and Anthony Knight in the V8 Turbo RX-7 hit 307.92 km/h. David Christie ran 309 in the Turbo Commodore, and Ken Christie went slightly faster with 314.3 km/h in his Turbo V8 Commodore. It was Supra's next, with James Bleakley hitting 318.34 km/h, and Jose just ahead of him with 318.99 km/h, putting him in the number 3 spot of the half-mile roll racing. The top two were close, with Steve Jones piloting Need for Speed to 322.09 km/h, even with four-wheel drive issues in the R32 GTR. Eddie Tassoni's HSV GTO sported a new engine combo with nearly 2,400 horsepower at the rear hubs and some new aero mods to help with stability.
Do you want to tell us a bit about the combo? Thanks, mate. I'm surprised I've still got teeth, okay? I'll be honest with you.
Cheap. So it's a brand new combo compared to last year. It's got a Noonan billet tour deck block.
Holy.
It's got a set of energies The latest and greatest cylinder head, again billet.
So it's all billet?
All billet. So water flowing through the cylinder heads, and as you see the little dash 10s at the front.
Yeah, right.
A pair of 88s Pro Mods.
88 Pro Mods. And I love the number plate, mate. You definitely brought all the boost. So do you know rough power figures on where you're at the moment?
Well, you were there.
Okay, I was there. I just wanted to, that was just is it okay to say?
Yeah, as you know, it's made just under 2,400 so far. It's at 37 pounds, it made 23.75 or somewhere around there.
Even with traction as his limiting factor, he hit 323.06 kilometres per hour to be the fastest over the half mile at the end of Saturday. Sunday morning saw the Vmax Challenge, the headline act of Racewars. Standing start with time and speed measured for both half mile and 1,000 metres. Although he didn't crack 300 kilometres per hour, Simon Richards' R32 GTR was actually the second quickest car over the half mile with 15.73 seconds at 280 kilometres per hour, and second quickest over 1,000 metres with 18.167 at 293.75 kilometres per hour. Some new people joined the 300 club for the weekend with 1,000 metres to play with. Ben Tuck in the HOLDEN Monaro hit 307. Josh in the F6 hit 311 kilometres per hour. Brendan Greaves in the Turbo V8 BMW stunned the field by ripping out 324.31 kilometres per hour, putting him into the 200 mile per hour club and good enough for fourth outright. Jose stole the limelight, breaking the national record on his first run with 338.54 kilometres per hour. The celebration didn't last long, with KEIR Wilson from WILLAL Racing smashing the national 1,000 metre speed and time record with a 16.521 at a whopping 351.43 kilometres per hour. Eddie Tassoni and Steve Jones aborted their 1,000 metre runs and headed back to the pits for some setup changes, and Ant Scully fixed the four-wheel drive issues of Need for Speed. Unfortunately, an on-track incident meant the event had to cease at lunchtime and the leaderboard would stay as it is from the morning runs. A lot of questions were left unanswered as many of the big cars had the potential to go quicker and faster again. I guess we'll just have to wait until 2020 to find out.
We knew the car was good and we wanted to get here. Unfortunately, business comes first in most cases, but things worked out this year. Fortunately, it worked out here too. We weren't worried today. Yesterday when it happened, I was worried about it because it had tested perfectly several times in Adelaide before we came. But it was obviously just a turbo seal is leaking, you know, one of the gremlins of Precisions. But it tested up fine. There was no problem with any with the compressor. It was all spinning properly. We hadn't any oil consumption, so we decided to give it a go this morning and did the exact same thing as yesterday. Once it cleaned up, we were ready to go again for a big one. But unfortunately, the chain of events has stopped that. But no, we were worried yesterday. Yeah, we were debating whether to pull out or not. If I drove off the line, I drove off the line in that case, and only when it came on boost did I change it. Short shift to second, start wheel spinning. There's basically 7,000 RPM rev change, gear changes, which we'd normally change at 8.5. Not a tremendous difference, and then 7,000 in sixth gear over the line. I believe I got a bit confused at the end and backed off a bit early, not dead sure, but the next run would have been a full-blooded launch control, and it would have been 8,500 rev in every gear. So I think we would have been a bit quicker. Unfortunately, we'll never know. No, we would have definitely gone again today and kept going. There's no question about it.
The big change for 2019 Racewars was moving the sprint from an industrial area of Albany to Middleton Beach. This took the sprint from being a little extra fun on the side to a main attraction of Racewars. The pits were set up by the beach, which meant locals and tourists alike could check out the cars and get close to the action on the first part of the track, making for great atmosphere. The course went up the hill to the National Anzac Centre at the top. Chicanes were put in to help slow the speeds down a little, but some cars were still mega fast. Although many were there to have fun, some were in it to win it, and it took a few bravery pills to max your car out on the fast course. Denver Parker in the R33 Skyline took third place with a 1 minute 35.18. Simon Richards was looking tough to beat, but got pipped at the post with a 1 minute 32.75, putting him in silver. It was a wild ride though, so jump on board for a look. Matt Wallace ended up recording the quickest time, also in an R32 GTR, with a 1 minute 32.71 to take the win. Overall, the event was well received by competitors and spectators alike, and plans are already in motion to make the sprint even better in 2020. Keep your eyes peeled on the Racewars website for more information, and we'll see you there.
It's my time to shine! Yes. Alright guys, it's my turn. Andrew's had too much limelight. It's now time for Frosty from WA to do a vlog.